To the man to my right, he's been here a couple of times. Last time he was with JB Smoove, and I was out of town, so I'm thrilled that I'm here when he's back here for USA Network's Shooter, which is back for a second season, Tuesdays at 10 Eastern Time. Good to see you, Omar Epps.
Good to be here.
Brooklyn in the house.
Brooklyn and Cowboys.
Now, how does that happen? I know we've discussed this before, but I think it needs to be revisited every time. How does somebody in Brooklyn, New York, wind up a Cowboy fan?
When I was a kid, Tony Dorsett was my favorite player in the league, and he was a Cowboy.
Yes.
So probably had he been on any other team, I would have been a fan of that team.
So if he was a Jet, you'd be a Jet fan?
That's a hard one.
But did you hear
that's a hard one.
He just pulled up stakes there.
I come from the Richard Todd Jets.
So do I.
They were terrible.
So do I.
Terrible. I mean, you had Klecko, Gastineau.
The sack exchange. Abdul Salam.
But you had Richard Todd.
Richard Todd came from Alabama, where Namath came from. He was supposed to be better, that Richard Todd. And they also, he got the Jets to the 1981 AFC Championship game with Freeman McNeil, who was one of my favorite players.
Wesley Walker.
Yeah, I still have, full disclosure, I still have a Wesley Walker jersey that I got for summer camp with my name stitched in the back so they knew whose it was when it came back from the laundry for my bunk like 8 or whatever.
Wow.
But Don Shula, because the game took place in Miami and Freeman McNeil was coming down, they watered down the turf to make it like mud. And then Richard Todd threw, I think, 2 or 3 interceptions to A.J. Dewey. Not that this left a mark.
That was all, that's a good,
that happened.
Ryan Leaf happened. These things happen.
No, yes, but thankfully not to the Jets. But
right.
No, I understand. So, yes, you've got the Cowboys now. You were just in Oxnard, California, correct?
Yep.
What was that like? Have you been to Cowboys training camp? Okay.
First time at training camp. Drove up, and it was great. I mean, the whole organization laid it out for us.
Oh, there you are with Jerry Jones. Picture on your Facebook. He's going into the Pro Football Hall of Fame on Saturday.
Yeah, congrats.
He's going in.
To the Hall of Fame.
So what was that like trolling around up there?
It was great. I stayed for the whole practice. It was a little fracas, as it were.
You were there for that too?
Well, I was there for that. But I like that in my team. I like that, little, spiciness going on, even in practice, because that's going to carry over into the season.
Mm-hmm.
There was another one after that.
Is that right?
Yeah.
I hadn't heard about that one.
Another one.
That's supposed to be one of them, including the kid from Baylor who's trying to become a tight end, a basketball player.
I like it. I like when the team is testy.
Yes, Rico Gathers was in the mix to this whole thing. They sent him off and they let him come back once they cooled down. The same way that I treat my 8-year-old when he flips out at home. They gave him a timeout.
Right. It works.
They gave him a timeout.
It works, but they look good. I mean, Dak looks good.
He's so good. Did you meet Dak?
I
get a chance to meet him?
I did meet him. The thing I love about Dak that I don't think he got credit for last season was his football acumen. I mean, his audible game was sick. I mean, it was something special, I thought, and I think it's going to be even more special this season.
The throw that he made, Omar Epps of Shooter and USA here on the Rich Eisen Show, the throw that he made in Green Bay right before halftime, where he found, I forget who he found in the corner of the end zone, right before halftime. Usually a moment where a rookie quarterback would, misfire, make a mistake. You got to settle for a field goal, and when you settle for field goals in Lambeau Field against Aaron Rodgers, usually that's going to be a problem.
Right.
He just fired a strike for a touchdown.
Right before the half.
Right. And that's when I'm like, okay, this guy's for real, and I don't think Tony Romo's going to see the field again this year.
Yeah.
That's when I first thought that.
Dare I make a correlation?
Please make a correlation, sir.
Right before the half in the Super Bowl, same thing happened with Brady. They scored right before the half.
What, Tom Brady did? Or
Tom Brady did.
To get, 3 on the board or something like that?
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
I'm just saying, it's an attitude thing.
I see what you get.
We're going to win this game.
No. I'm putting 2 and 2 together.
There's a reach.
And you're saying
it's a reach.
Dak Prescott is Tom Brady.
I'm not saying that.
I mean,
what are you saying then?
I'm saying he has the potential to be Tom Brady-esque.
Well, you started that saying, may I make a correlation? And had I known that was the correlation, I would have said, no, you may not. Is that wrong as a host of a show to say that to his
Brady's, he's an anomaly.
Look, we had Dak call into the show.
He was great
last month. And how do you not fall in love with this guy? I mean, he's got his head screwed on straight.
Right.
He's calling in to talk about how he's trying to eradicate cancer, which is obviously always a noble gesture for anybody. But his story with his mom, he lost his mom in the middle of college, and then was able to take advantage of an opportunity and not let it go to his head and improve in a way that you always would see some sort of regression. And he just has his head screwed on straight. Yeah. And the Metroplex, when you got the star on the side of your helmet, you're the quarterback, that things can kind of go a little bit haywire. Yeah. What about Ezekiel Elliott, though? That's the one guy that I think is a cause for concern somewhat, in a way. And I'm not just saying that because there's a Michigan helmet on my desk, but what are your thoughts on Zeke?
Hey,
Omar?
my thoughts on Zeke, look, he's a kid. I mean, he's literally he's a young man, but he's a kid. It's his first season in the league. He's got to, that's stuff you just have to live through. You just have to go through. You can get guys to talk to him and, hey, watch this and watch that. You use your common sense, but we both know, you're in your 20s. Could you imagine being in your 20s, starting running back for the Cowboys? You're making all this money. It happens. He's just got to mature and go through it, and hopefully it doesn't affect his football game.
So what do you think? Seriously.
This season?
Yes.
I'm expecting a season like what we had last
13
season.
wins, winning the division.
Why not?
I'm not saying why not. No, I'm just walking you through the possibilities.
Let me take you. This was the best part about training camp for me, was watching our offensive line, right? And I'm thinking two things. One, our defensive line is going to get better because they're going up against these guys every week. So we got to grow, right? Hopefully we get a secondary. My second thought was, these guys move any D-line in the league, literally. And that's crazy to me.
They're the best in football.
That is incredible.
Of that, there is no doubt. The question is the back end of that Dallas defense going to improve this year?
We'll see.
And that front line needs to take another step up.
Yeah, the front lines. I'm more concerned about our secondary than the front line. The front line. Let me tell you something. That Taco, that kid is huge.
Wow,
you're
talking my language. He went to Michigan. Him and Jordan Lewis. They both bring some maize and blue. Into that spot. Taco Charlton will definitely help. There's no doubt about that. But the Giants, I'd be concerned about if I were you. I like them a lot. Certainly, if you're not certainly if you're not going to have Zeke week 1.
Yeah.
If you don't have Zeke week 1 because of what might be happening, and they come in your house on that Sunday night, I got
a lot of Giants fans in my family.
I bet.
And all that, and it is what it is. They beat us twice last year, but who went to the playoffs?
Omar Epps of Shooter here on the Rich Eisen Show.
We want to win the war.
I assume what the score is.
I assume you don't want to talk Knicks in the few minutes we have left here.
Oh,
you may pass if you want to pass on that subject.
I mean, do we really?
It's the worst, man. What happened to Oakley this year? What happened to Oakley this year was a total abomination.
It'll be trolling at this point. Like, they're just that bad. I mean,
it's so sad, man.
It is sad.
But Kyrie says he wants to come home.
Why? Why?
Well, he wants to be his own man in a way.
Listen. Get your money, do what you got to do, but where's a better fit for Kyrie? You're playing with LeBron James. Like, what?
Exactly.
Where are you going to go? Where are you going to go that's a better fit for you?
Well, I guess to use Kyrie's mindset here, as Patrick Peterson of the Cardinals is calling in shortly, the mindset is let's just say you are signed to TV show or movie. You have been told you have the lead role, okay? And you're like, this is going to be my vehicle.
Right.
Omar Epps starring, okay?
And then they say, hey, we're bringing in Denzel.
Yes.
It's Denzel. Sometimes you got to play your position.
Exactly.
And in sports, LeBron's that guy. Come on. I mean, to me, I'm just like...
But you have to do it for 5 years.
But I get the whole 5 years. Is one, he found out that he might have been on, the trading block, or LeBron's supposed to be coming to LA, the season. All of that is, speculation. We don't know what's going to happen. I mean, things change on a dime. I'm just like, why would you disrupt the flow now? You just went to 2 chips.
Yeah, I was going to say, take this further. You're going to be in 5 movies with Denzel. 3 of them are going to be nominated for Best Picture, and 1 of them is going to win.
But you want to be the guy. But don't you want to be the actors? The reason why that the picture was nominated?
I gotta say, this analogy is a bit of a stretch.
Jack's the next Brady. You're the next Kyrie Irving, Omar.
I get it, but still,
So, headline, Omar does not have a 5-picture deal with Denzel Washington.
I'm tweeting it out right now.
Okay, very good. Let's talk shooter before you go gently into that Los Angeles day.
Yeah.
You enjoying this?
Loving it.
Are you a sharp shooter now yourself?
I wouldn't say that I'm a sharp shooter, but yeah, I can.
You have trained for this?
We've trained for this. Ryan and I both trained. We both hit a 1,235-meter shot.
Woo.
Yeah, from the top of a mountain.
What in the world is that like after you pull that off?
It was euphoric. It was literally euphoric. Because, we trained and we went through all this tactical stuff. And the guy we were training with, Buck Doyle, who's like a military legend, we drove by this thing one day. We were going to get some food. And he was like, yeah, that's 1,235. And he told us after, like, yeah, I didn't even think you guys were going to get to the point where we can even take that shot. So, we start out 1,000, 1,500. And he sees how, like, focused Ryan and I are, and we went up there and hit the shot, and
fantastic.
Yeah, it's something to brag about.
It's a great show. Shooter on USA with you and Ryan Phillippe, Omar Epps. Appreciate it. What do you think of Patrick Peterson? He's on the phone line right now, right? Is he on hold right now?
He's on hold.
What do you think of Patrick Peterson, the Arizona Cardinals, knowing that he's on the phone line right now, Omar?
He gets busy. But guess what? I think we play Arizona.
That's correct. You do.
First 3 or 4 weeks.
We not being the cast of Shooter, you mean the Dallas Cowboys?
Yes, we Cowboys. We #Cowboy Nation.
Is Patrick on the line right there? You want to put him up for a second?
I'm not talking smack to Patrick.
Patrick, you there?
What up, Rich?
I got Omar Epps here.
What's up, man?
What up, Omar, man? What's happening?
Everything's good, man.
That's funny.
Did you see his voice kind of dipped a bit?
Well, you too. You're like, yeah, we're going to take the Arizona Cardinals.
Yeah, we got to play you guys. I'm a Cowboys fan, bro.
Yeah, I heard, man. She'll be a good one. You should come to the game and watch it in person, man.
I might do that.
I got a ticket for you.
All right, I might see.
You're going to go as guest of Patrick Peterson.
That would be a little weird.
Week 3.
It might be setting me up for failure right there.
Week 3, Monday night.
Week 3, Monday night. Okay.
I'll see how the schedule looks.
Okay. Does he got to wear your jersey, Patrick?
Nah, he can wear whatever you want to wear, but not blue.
Patrick, I'm going to put you back on hold. We'll chat, you and I, in 60 seconds. That's Patrick Peterson, the Arizona Cardinals. Thanks for coming on, Omar.
Thanks for having me.
Appreciate it. Check out Shooter on USA every single Tuesday at 10 Eastern Time. Back with Patrick Peterson of the Arizona Cardinals in 60 seconds.
The Rich Eisen Show, weekdays at noon Eastern on radio stations across the country and audience.
If you like that, please download our app. There's lots of fun things there other than just more of the videos you just saw. You can call us from the app. You can email us from the app. Just download it. Trust me, you'll enjoy it.